So it looks like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is not only one of the best Call of Duty games out there, but it's also one of the fastest selling Call of Duty games out there as well. And that's all despite the fact that it's available in Game Pass, so millions of players can actually enjoy this game playing via subscription service, so they didn't have to pay full price for it, and yet it's still selling, right? So great news, looks like it's a big success on Activision and Xbox part, so let's look into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So let's talk about the latest Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. Great game, I played the campaign, didn't actually beat it just yet, but I'm actually quite enjoying it right now. And looks like it's one of the fastest Call of Duty games out there, and I know that it's still early days. I mean, this game has been out for like 3 days only, but we are already getting some very early reports saying that it basically is selling very well, and that's all despite the fact that it's available in Game Pass. So I guess all people that were so worried about that game being available in Game Pass, you know, I've seen some old weird kind of reporting back in the days where people were saying that, oh, you know, Call of Duty on Game Pass will kill this franchise because it's expensive to produce, and if people won't buy it, then it won't, you know, they won't see the return, and all kinds of different stuff. And it looks like the fact that it's available in Game Pass didn't really do much to its sales. I mean, like I said, we still don't know like the final numbers because, hey, this game is going to be selling for like months to come. But you know, the good news is that it's a good game. You know, looks like it's actually one of the best Call of Duty games out there. Campaign is great. I actually do enjoy it, especially if you compare it to like the previous ones. You know, especially the last year's, which was actually made in a hurry. This one is actually very, very good. I enjoy it. People enjoy it. IGN gave it a 9, right? So, like, listen, you know, I think the last year's campaign, IGN gave 4 or 5, something like that, right? So that's a massive difference, right? And people enjoying it. Multiplayer, I mean, what can you expect from Call of Duty multiplayer? Pretty much the same things, right? Like, you know, I guess I've seen some early complaints about like selection of maps, but, you know, whatever the issues may be, you know, I'm sure they're going to fix it sooner or later. So I haven't really played the multiplayer just yet. I'll probably try it a little bit, but, you know, once I finish the campaign. Now, let's talk about the, you know, numbers, not necessarily sales numbers and that kind of stuff, or any Xbox Game Pass numbers, because like we don't have any data on that just yet. I can only imagine that it's actually it's going to have some impact on Game Pass. There's been some reports by, you know, different analysts claiming that I've seen this one report especially, which was quoted by many other outlets, that Call of Duty may bring 4 million subscribers to Game Pass, but they will lose 6 million sales, right? So 6 million sales lost. I guess that's a lot. So if you consider the fact that previous Call of Duty games were very successful, they usually sell around like 20 to 25 million, something like that, depending on how good the game is, right? Million copies, plus all the microtransactions, that kind of stuff. Obviously, that's extra money. So 6 million is like one fourth of the whole sales, I guess, right? So that would be a lot. But I guess the early numbers, early reports suggest that it's not actually selling worse at all. It may actually be selling even better. So the very early reports suggest that it's actually breaking some record numbers. Like I know that I think that a proper numbers we can only get from Steam, I guess. And I mean, at least we know that on Steam, its numbers are better than the last year's. But the problem is with Call of Duty is that Steam has Call of Duty has been on Steam only for like what 2-3 years, and prior to that, Call of Duty on PC was available only via Battle.net. So on PC you will like if when people quote Steam numbers, right? That's not all PC numbers, because you still need to consider that a lot of people will be playing via Battle.net, right? So you will have Steam sales, Battle sales numbers, Battle.net, Xbox, PlayStation, because number of people actually are buying this game as well. Obviously, we don't have any numbers just yet, but I'm sure we'll get it soon enough. And on top of that, you've got Game Pass, and like there's been some reporting suggesting that Game Pass is actually getting some big numbers, extra numbers as well. So generally speaking, this is all sounds like Call of Duty on Xbox and Game Pass and PC and PlayStation is going to be all around success. Looks like everyone is going to be really happy about this game and its performance and that kind of stuff, because PlayStation will get its share, Xbox obviously as well, not only by selling this game on other platforms, but also they will get some new Xbox Game Pass subscribers. And I guess that's good for as well, because the thing about Game Pass is that so once you try it, then you may want to subscribe for longer and that kind of stuff, right? I know for a fact that a number of people were not planning to buy Call of Duty, because a lot of people don't buy it day one anyway, because they wait for sales. And so instead of, as a lot of people, some people, or should I really say, just went with Game Pass just to give it a try and see if it's actually worth it, right? And they still have to subscribe. Some were subscribed, but that's still extra numbers, right? And I think Microsoft also, one of the Microsoft or Activision spokespersons for the game, I guess, a couple of days ago said that even if they were to lose some money on sales, they will recoup that money via microtransactions, right? So the more people play the game, even via Game Pass for cheap, they will buy microtransactions, right? So that's extra money anyway, right? Now, so I'm very curious about that. The only thing that didn't really change, and the only thing that Call of Duty didn't really, I guess, move, looks like it's Xbox consoles. But can you blame Call of Duty for that? Not really, because, like I said many times in the past, looks like Microsoft is not really advertising Call of Duty as an Xbox game, if you know what I mean. It's more like especially with Call of Duty, they took that multi-platform approach, and you see a lot of Call of Duty marketing all over the place, right? But it's not like they are not trying to push you into buying an Xbox to play this game. Whether that's good or not, I'm not here to judge it. Judge it. It's Microsoft's money. Looks like they care more about selling more copies to PlayStation than selling you a console. But this is the thing with Xbox consoles. If they're not going to do something about it, and looks like they are not doing anything about it, how can you expect Xbox consoles to sell more? And let's face it, like for the last a year and a half, Xbox sales numbers are just down every single bloody quarter, right? And looks like Call of Duty is not really going to change that much, unless they are planning some sort of like bundles during the holiday season and that kind of stuff. That can actually work as well, I guess, because if you really think about it, they will get a lot of like day one or first month sale in October, late October, beginning of November. And then when 23rd or, and the whole 23rd of November, like Black Friday and, holiday sales hit the store shelves, I guess they may advertise that with Xbox more and try to push more consoles. But whether they're going to do it or not, I don't know. I was really convinced that they would use Call of Duty to sell more consoles, and they didn't. So, right now, I'm just speculating. I'm just saying what could happen, but whether that's going to happen, God knows that you don't really know anything about, like, it's really difficult to predict anything when it comes to Microsoft. Like, they've got such a different approach to gaming and everything. They are kind of like, they want a cake and eat it, right? They want to keep the cake and eat it, and I'm not sure it's really going to work well for them in the long term, right? Because like, you either go third party and kill your console, or you still keep the console and you don't commit to going full third party, completely. So, but which one is it? Which one they want to go? I guess nobody really knows. But anyway, Call of Duty is still a big success. It's selling very well. It's getting good reviews. Not stellar. It's not like you're going to get 10 out of 10s or anything like that. But considering the fact that the last Call of Duty was getting like 4 and 5s, getting 8 and 9s now, 7s sometimes here and there, that's a massive difference, massive change anyway. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.